The coronavirus pandemic has rocked the economy, put millions of people out of work and left an impact on nearly everyone across the globe in some way. To understand how the pandemic has affected the FIRE, financial independence, retire early, movement, which embraces the concept of saving the majority of your income in your 20s or 30s so you can retire in your 30s or 40s, CNBC Make It spoke with early retirees and those on the path to early retirement. Here's how their financial lives have been affected and what they're doing differently in response to the pandemic. Most financial advisors say to leave your investments alone in times of uncertainty and when the market is volatile. But that doesn't mean you should ignore your portfolio completely. It's a good practice to rebalance at least once a year, which is when you sell some holdings and add to others to make sure that your investment portfolio still lines up with your goals and long-term plan. Grant Sabatier, early retiree and author of Financial Freedom, decided to revisit his portfolio in March 2020 when coronavirus panic sent the markets into a tailspin. He sold some stock and diversified his portfolio a little more, he says. He wasn't planning on doing any rebalancing at the time, but I was a little overexposed in individual equities, he adds. In general, though, he's keeping his hands off of his investments and sticking to his long-term plan. But ignoring the urge to panic and pull out of the market is easier said than done. I have to keep reminding myself that you only lose money when you sell, so the losses themselves haven't been realized, he says. Steve and Courtney Adcock, who saved enough to quit their jobs a few years ago and retire in their 30s, also shifted their investment strategy by freeing up cash to buy more stocks. We are now automatically reinvesting all of our dividends into buying more stocks, Steve tells CNBC Make It. Before the pandemic, we took our dividends as a part of our living expenses, but not right now. Rather than living off the dividends, they're putting that money back into the market and drawing down from their emergency fund for everyday expenses. They're optimistic that the market will rebound over the next few months, as are other money experts. If it does bounce back, we're hoping to have enough stock in the market to enjoy a nice recovery, says Steve. In times of uncertainty, it never hurts to trim your budget. For now, the Adcocks have eliminated nearly all of their non-essential expenses. We don't go to restaurants, mainly because they are closed. We buy less alcohol. We aren't ordering as much stuff on Amazon, Steve says. We keep our expenses to what we need and save the rest for later, once things get back to normal. While they would normally spend between $45,000 and $50,000 a year, our current budget puts us more at $30,000 a year, or $2,500 a month.